The Smashing Machine won the Silver Lion at Venice, and I don't think it's the movie most people are expecting, which is fitting because the film's subject, Mark Kerr himself, is a great example of how you can't always judge a book by its cover because he looks tough and imposing, but he's surprisingly gentle and soft-spoken for the most part. This isn't quite a traditional sports biopic or the Oscar bait people keep assuming it is. It truly feels like instead of making a straightforward biopic about Mark Kerr, Benny Safdie watched the 2002 documentary The Smashing Machine and was so enamored with it that he wanted to adapt it into a narrative film. There are so many scenes that feel like they were taken straight from the documentary. If it weren't for the fact that I can recognize the film's stars, you could have fooled me into believing this was a documentary. This film has such a raw, gritty, almost cinema verite style, with some handheld camera work and scenes where the camera feels like it's kept at a distance, making the audience feel like spectators at one of Kerr's matches. And narratively, instead of focusing on the most dramatic moments, it feels like Safdie is more concerned with the liminal spaces between the highs and lows of Mark Kerr's career. That's part of what I think makes this film so interesting, but I could also see that resulting in disappointment for some viewers because it feels as though the film could have dug a little bit deeper. The Smashing Machine feels more like a character study, examining how people cope with their mistakes and failures, as well as the push and pull of being in an unhealthy relationship. Dwayne Johnson delivers the best performance of his career so far, and Emily Blunt is great. I pulled up a scene from the documentary and watched it side by side with the trailer, and she really nailed the way Dawn speaks. I know people keep comparing it to The Iron Claw, but it isn't as dramatic or emotionally devastating, and this film also has some awkward, darkly comedic moments, but I think you might enjoy The Smashing Machine if you're a fan of the documentary, as well as films like The Wrestler, The Fighter, Raging Bull, Southpaw, Foxcatcher, and The Fire Inside. And if you're interested in checking out The Smashing Machine, it'll be in theaters on October 3rd.